So now we need to run the insert query, check to see that it works, and then save the client's newly formed ID number in a session variable. So how are we going to do that? Well, let me see. Let me check my notes. So we're going to run the query, and we're going to get the ID, right? So let's go ahead and do that. We'll come over here and we'll do these things. First thing we're doing is we're running query, and we're dying if there's going to be an error. Yeah, the first argument for query is the link to the connection. The second argument is the query itself, right? So then after running this successfully, we should see in the database that there is additional data being inserted in. Okay, so let's go ahead and test to see if that is true. So let me go ahead and save that. Come over here. We can go to, where can I go? Maybe I can go here. Nope. Oh my goodness, where am I? Oh my gosh. Localhost cookie create account.php. What, is this not working? Okay, there we go. So here we are, and then I'm going to type in a username that doesn't exist yet. So I'm going to say unique. Password is ASDF. I hit submit. Oh, it takes me here, huh? Let's see, what's going on? Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what should happen, right? So here we're in the else. It ran the insert query, but it did nothing else, right? Which leaves us on this white page. And now we need to come to the moment of truth, check the data in the table. We could see that it does not have an extra row of data, which might mean a failure. But what you need to do is refresh this page, right? So this doesn't constantly refresh. So you need to hit this little refresh button. And you could see we got it. It's right here, right? Unique is in there. So we had a success, right? So we successfully inserted data. I'm not sure what happened here, but we can maybe delete that row. We successfully inserted data into the database, right? And we also error checked data validated the data that was inputted by the user, right? The client. Okay, well, great. That works. But now what we need to do is we need to get this ID that uniquely identifies this user back into the hands of the web application, right? So without querying the database after inserting into the database, we cannot get that ID. Okay, it's impossible. So because when you insert, the ID is automatically created, right? So you don't know if we're on the 29th user or the 530th user or the 798th. This ID is going to be different depending on where they were inserted into the table. So after inserting, we need to run select, and we're going to select just the ID, I guess. You know, we don't need the username because we already have the username in the user variable from cookie app where username, and so this is not username, it's just user is equal to $user, right? So that looks good. And then we'll save it here in SQL. We'll run the query right here, save it in result. We will get the row from the Excel file, right? Basically is what's happening. And it will be saved in this array variable. And then we will set the session ID to array sub ID, right? And that ID here is corresponding to the field name here, ID, right? So this would give us the 4, right? And then what? Then we need to go ahead and send them off to Cookie Clicker, right? So the way we're going to send them off is we're going to do a header. Right? But I guess we can save that for later. I think I'm jumping ahead of the gun here. So let's just stop there, and yeah, you'll save the ID in a session ID variable. That's going to allow you to uniquely identify who the user is throughout the web application.